Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is May 19th of 2026. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears that CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to assassinate one or more heads of state in the next 48 hours, specifically to trigger World War III. In other words, the CIA is desperately trying to stage a Archduke Ferdinand-like assassination event as pretext for a third world war. Exactly how this is going to take place or at which head of state will be targeted is not known. I published a video just less than a couple days ago regarding a three-pronged plot targeting Pope Leo the 14th, U.S. President Donald J. Trump, and Russian President Vladimir Putin. And it appears that the CIA is planning to reload and attempt to execute this very plot just a few days later on the date of May 19th or the date of May 20th. Firstly, Donald J. Trump is slated for assassination by Switzerland. Switzerland has placed essentially a bullseye on the back of Donald J. Trump, and he is going to be assassinated imminently. One particular location where they plan to stage an event is on Tuesday, May 19th of 2026, when Donald J. Trump attends the congressional picnic on the South Lawn of the White House in Washington, D.C. on the evening of May 19th of 2026. So this is going to be executed by the Israeli Mossad and subsequently blamed onto China, Iran, Russia, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Taliban, etc., or some right-wing, possibly a Christian Zionist on the right, or some LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, patsy on the left. Doesn't matter. The actual assassination is likely going to be from an Israeli sniper, and then subsequently blamed on a possibly an MK Ultra mind control patsy. There's also the realistic possibility that they'll fly a plane into the picnic, they'll stage a car bombing, they'll stage a vehicular ramming attack targeting the gate on the South Lawn, but some sort of act of terror assassination event targeting Donald J. Trump on the date of May 19th surrounding the congressional picnic is expected. The notion that the CIA would stage an attack targeting a congressional event was foreshadowed and actually transpired back in, I believe it was 2019 or maybe 2017, when the CIA staged a mass shooting surrounding the congressional softball game. I believe they killed one and injured, I believe his name was Scalise, was hospitalized. So some sort of mass shooting attack targeting the picnic, which will likely be all in white, so it's going to be red on white. We have to also remember that this is May 19th is the primary for the Donald J. Trump, and the Republicans are trying to primary Thomas Massie out of his seat in Kentucky. And so this may be the attack on Donald J. Trump on the evening of May 19th, may be scapegoated on two so-called America First anti-Semitic domestic terrorists. Secondly, Russian President Vladimir Putin just landed in Beijing, China this morning, in Beijing time, where he is going to attend a summit with Xi Jinping, the Chinese president, in Beijing, China, for the date of May 19th and the date of 20th. And so I just published a report identifying an ICBM strike allegedly from Iran. Obviously, it would be Israel that would stage the event and then subsequently blame Iran. And so some sort of nuclear event, some sort of terror attack possibly by the Turkestan Islamic Party, or some sort of an assassination event targeting Vladimir Putin is expected. I'm just going to state it here for the record that Russian President Vladimir Putin will not land safely in Moscow, Russia on the date of May 20th as expected, because he will be neutralized by Switzerland in some form or fashion. There's also the possibility that the CIA knocks out Xi Jinping as well, possibly Putin and Xi Jinping, and that this opens the door for some sort of hardline communist dictators to overtake China and Russia as pretext for all-out World War III. So just to recap, U.S. President Donald J. Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping. An assassination event targeting those three heads of state is expected in the next 48 hours. In respect to the Putin-Xi Jinping summit, there's highly likely that the CIA would stage some sort of terror attack targeting this event. I published numerous reports for Trump's meeting with Xi Jinping last week, and so they're going to lock and reload and try to stage something while the whole world is watching this historic summit between Russia and China. And so what better way to trigger World War III than to knock off one or two heads of state and then trigger World War III the old-fashioned way by basically doing a public blood sacrifice, which is exactly what they're planning on doing. So obviously, if the CIA assassinates U.S. President Donald J. Trump, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Chinese President Xi Jinping, either by direct political assassination or by terror attack, or targets the plane of Vladimir Putin while en route back from Beijing, China to Moscow, Russia, which will likely be blamed on Ukraine, but it will be executed by the Israeli Air Force, possibly a shoot down, possibly an accident, possibly a bombing, that will possibly be blamed on China, Ukraine, or a third party such as ISIS. Obviously, if this happens, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.